Ready for another top 20 countdown? You know what to do. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of the Fragrantician, where we talk about, on this channel, nothing but fragrances. So in this edition, we are focusing on a top 20. Yes, we are. And I have a little top 20 for you. Top 20 fragrances. Some new, some old, some classic, some elegant, some bold, some beautiful. Wasn't there a show called that? Or was there still The Bold and the Beautiful? That will, I think, maybe ignite your fragrance journey. Fragrances that you need to try. Iconic ones, good ones, simple ones, cheap ones, all different budgets, all different tastes. So let's get into it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the iconic Baccarat Rouge 540. One I don't like, really. Well, it's not that I don't like it. I'm just in the middle. But it is a classic. Contemporary fragrance to some it's not. To some it's absolutely hideous. But go and check out Baccarat Rouge 540 if you can sample it. There are good dupes, there are good clones out there. But, you know, if you want to try it. It is hyped up. Overhyped in my opinion. But you can still try it. So Baccarat Rouge 540. The next one is, I think, just pulling my little top down here. Wow. I haven't got much going for me nowadays, but a girl tries. So the next fragrance I'm going to talk about is Juicy Couture, the gold one, which was hyped up a few years ago. Still has a bit of a hype. I actually quite like it. It's a syrupy, sweet fragrance, like Baccarat Rouge 540. And I do like that. I used to get compliments from it. I don't wear it anymore. But try it. I wore it and it inspired somebody to go and buy it. So, you know, spread the love. Spread that Juicy Couture. Next one I'm going to talk about is Coco Chanel. An iconic one, completely different to the previous two. Now, Coco Chanel, I'm talking about the 1984 Coco, is from a Byzantine era. It's very Baroque, it's very spicy, beautiful. Now, that's one I absolutely do love. It's stunning, it's just enigmatic, glorious, regal, beautiful fragrance. Coco Chanel. The next one I'm going to talk about is another classic, Yves Saint Laurent Rive Gauche, which came out in the early 70s. It was for women that were not really, couldn't give two hoots about themselves, you know, for the unconventional woman, as the slogan was, I think. And I remember the advertisement as a young kid. I remember a woman getting married, and it was a day on her wedding, and she was in such a rush getting married, and she just didn't care, and then she just sprayed this, and it was, I can't remember what the slogan was, but it was, and still is, an iconic fragrance. Aldehydic, but it's one I absolutely do like. Some people compare it to Chanel No. 5, but I think Rive Gauche is much better. So be a bit gauche. Next one I'm going to talk about is one that I really want to get and is on my wish list. And it's an old one, old dish, Dior J'adore. Now, a lot of people it gets a lot of hype and a lot of people love it or hate it. The times I've tried it, I absolutely like it. There's something about it. It's a fruity floral, but it's a everyday go-to fragrance. And I'm talking about the original one. I'm not talking about all of the flankers, you know, the J'adore Enjoy, J'adore L'Or, J'adore L'Absolu. You know, you could write a whole novel on the J'adore flankers. You know, like the Black Opium flankers, you can write a whole novel about that. Well, actually, those are limited edition bottles, so you could, you know, it just gets a bit beyond the joke. But the original J'adore, it has a bit of fruit, it has a bit of florals. I will say, Charlize Theron the marketing for it is quite different, I feel, to the actual fragrance itself. I expected a much more spicier, much more darker, much more bold fragrance. It is bold, but it is quite floral with some fruits in and a little bit of sandalwood, and it's lovely. So go check out J'adore from Dior, and I really do want it. The next one I'm going to talk about is the original Tresor by Lancome, and I'm talking about the 1991, which is iconic, and I do have a little fragrance of it, which I will do a review on. It is a classic peach fragrance. Now, you do have to like peach, but I think it's done really well. It's blended really well. And Sophia Grossman was the perfumer behind it. She did Paris as well by Yves Saint Laurent. She's a master perfumer. The face was Isabella Rossellini, and it is a lovely fragrance. Some people would say it's classic, some people would say it's old school, but I don't care. Tresor by Lancome. Go check it out. The next one I'm going to talk about is completely different, and that is Daisy by Marc Jacobs. Not for me. I mean, come off it. I'm not a Daisy girl, but I have smelt it on other people and it smells okay. It's very mumsy. I hate that word mumsy, and I don't know why I'm using it, but I did, so I can't take it back. So don't come for me. Don't come for me. Please, don't come for me. All right, if you are going to come for me, I'll just lower this down a bit more for you. But Daisy, it is, again, fruity, floral. It's a fruity floral, you know, what's not to like about Daisy? Daisy is the girl next door. I'm not the girl next door. The one we're going to talk about is Alien by Thierry Mugler, Jasmine Bomb. If you haven't heard of Alien, what planet are you on? The next one is C by Giorgio Armani. I really do like it. I hear it's been reformulated. I've only ever smelt the old formula. I did have a bottle, used it all up about 5 years ago. So now I don't know what it smells like now, but it was strong as well, from what I remember. Kate Blanchett, I think, is still the face of C. Again, flanker upon flanker upon flanker. I think the only one that I really do like from the flankers is the Intense, I think. I can't remember. There's so many. Didn't like the rose one, but the original one, C. Go check that one out. It has blackcurrant. It is slightly woody, but it's creamy as well. But it's a joy to wear. The next one, a soft powdery fragrance, is Chloe. And I'm not talking about the Narcissus Chloe, which was like from the 1980s. I'm talking about the Chloe with the bow. That is a beautiful fragrance. It is stunning. It's a little bit soapy, it's a little bit powdery, very feminine, very soft, very not so me, but I appreciate it. So go check out Chloe. Go check out the girl Chloe. The next one I'm talking about is completely different to that one, and that is that mischievous girl, Lulu herself, who I think Elvira would be wearing. Elvira would be wearing Lulu. Who remembers Elvira? She is my icon. And Lulu is that spicy floral incense, full of incense, and it just grabs you and it says, "Here I am, and just come play with me, Lulu." The next one is Romance, complete opposite to that one. Romance. We all love a bit of romance in our life, and that came out, what was it, in the mid or late 90s? And everyone and their, I want to say everyone and their dog, you know, everyone was just wearing it. It was a rose fragrance, it was delicate, it was cutesy. One of my old bosses used to wear it, and I hated her. Well, no, I didn't hate her. She was just boring. But just because she was boring, you don't have to be. So there you go. Romance. Next one I'm going to talk about is Twilly. Yes, as I always recommend a Twilly. If somebody wants a tuberose fragrance but they're scared of tuberose, go for Twilly. Twilly is combined with tuberose and ginger and sandalwood. It's playful, it's lovely. It's a go-to. Twilly by Hermes. The next one, for all you brides out there, although Pure Poison is recommended, I recommend Elie or Elie Saab Le Parfum in white. That is berries and fruits and florals, and it's sweet, but it has a bit of guts to it. It projects. It's nice. It's a beautiful fragrance. The only downside is I only bought a small one, so get a big one, girls. Get a big one. The next Lancome fragrance I'm going to talk about is actually Tresor Midnight Rose. Rich loves it on me. My husband loves it. I do have it. Maybe I should do a review on it. It's a musky rose, but it's slightly jammy as well. Projects. It really does project. And it's soft but strong. It's a bit of a contradiction in terms, as I've said with other fragrances, but Midnight Rose is beautiful. It's stunning. It's a lovely fragrance. Go check out Midnight Rose. The next one is classified as a grandma fragrance, maybe, but that's Elizabeth Arden Red Door. What makes a grandma fragrance, do you ask? Well, nothing makes a grandma fragrance is my answer. Fragrance is fragrance just because it came out in 1970 or 1980 something, or even 1930 something, and now it's not as loved as much. It's classed as a grandma fragrance. I don't personally like Red Door, but I appreciate it. To me, it smells like potpourri, but for somebody else, it might smell absolutely adorable. So that's the thing, you see. Fragrance is so subjective, and fragrance is just opinions. It's not facts. So to those of you who think it's a grandma fragrance, get over it. Next one, Light Blue from Dolce Gabbana. Again, not one for me, but I appreciate it. It is lemony. On my skin, it smells of lemon and citrus. Doesn't last at all. But if you love it, you rock it. Go try it if you do like a basic citrus fragrance. Yes, I did say those words, basic citrus fragrance. But if you like a basic citrus fragrance, go try Dolce Gabbana Light Blue. And actually, I did smell it on somebody and the dry down was really lovely and I did enjoy it. So, you know, go try it. The next one is Mon Guerlain, the original Mon Guerlain. It is your lavender, vanilla, slightly floral fragrance. Again, that's classified as a mumsy fragrance. Oh, that's just a safe, everyday mumsy fragrance. Well, it's a classy fragrance. It's by Guerlain. Come off it. It's by Guerlain. You know, Guerlain fragrances aren't just your run-of-the-mill fragrances. Yes, it's quite mass appealing and a lot of people do like it. I like it. I don't love it, but I like it. It has an appeal to it. It's a fragrance that you should at least try, then make your own mind up. Mon Guerlain. And the next one I'm talking about is Youth Dew. I know, who says Youth Dew nowadays? Well, I do. Youth Dew, I used to wear it years ago. Oh gosh, 25 years ago at least. And even then it was classified as an old fragrance because it came out in the 1950s, I do believe, by Estee Lauder. But again, it's a spicy fragrance. It's an iconic fragrance. It's a classic fragrance. You know, nowadays when people say, oh no, I don't want to wear Youth Dew, well, why not? You know, if you want to wear it, wear it. It can smell really nice. On me, I don't wear it anymore, but I appreciate it. Go check out Youth Dew, just smell it, just try it. You never know. So those were my 20 fragrances. 20 fragrances I recommend you go and at least sniff, go and try, go and sample. And if you love them, buy them. And if you don't, well, move on to the next one. But until the next time, you've been watching another edition of The Fragrantician, and I will see all of you guys in the next video. Bye for now.